You only need one port or one event in a maritime supply chain to cause a ripple effect across the whole thing.
So where I would like to start this session is by asking each individual of our participants to answer basically the same question, and that is whether you can provide from the perspective of your own company, your vantage point, what do you see as the current status of the supply chain right now? What is working? What is not working? And also, how do you see the market situation being different now compared to 6 months ago? And for your company specifically, what has changed over this period? What is it that you are doing differently?
If you look at the seaside of the business or the movement of ports, extremely fragmented. The carriers have changed in their strategy. They've definitely moved towards a more trade lane focus. The trade lane focus appears to be driven by yield. So that has a huge impact on how ports operate globally. Take a step back 24 months ago and you had BSAs in place. Trade lanes were being managed based on standard production and standard demand supply algorithms. All of that disappeared. Trade lanes closed down, they were substituted without the necessary assets to support that. Carriers made a very strategic decision to lay up inventory and equipment in certain areas. All of this had a ripple effect on the ports globally. They haven't recovered to the same degree that we'd expect, and part of the reason for that is because it takes a day for a port to be disrupted. An event will disrupt a port immediately. It takes months for that disruption to work its way through the system. So what we're seeing here is a magnification of significant small events which have come together at the worst possible time of trade lane disruption, and it's very clear on the rates, it's very clear on equipment availability, and it's very clear that we're seeing this in terms of lead and supply chains. The cost of goods is going increasingly high. The retailers will pass this on to the consumer at some point. It has to be that way. And so will it change? Are we expecting change? I think what we're expecting to see is a normalization of trade lanes. Key trade lanes will normalize. Trade lanes coming into the Middle East have been very, very strong and will continue to be strong because the Middle East is well positioned as a global hub for trade, east-west, west-east. So it really works well that way. And the Middle East ports have invested ahead of the curve in a technology that allows them to maximize and to be able to leverage that volume.